Good morning. It's my pleasure to be here to talk about the state of Roanoke County Public Schools and to be the warm-up act for Chairman North. In short, our schools and our students continue to excel in all areas. Once again, our students exceeded state and national averages in college entrance tests, including SATs, ACTs, as well as advanced placement exams. We are proud of the consistently high on-time graduation rates that our students have achieved since this measurement was introduced. Our students are earning millions of dollars each year in scholarships, earning thousands of certifications as well. I'm proud to say that when our students graduate from the Roanoke County Public School systems, that they've received an outstanding education. Our citizens are getting an incredible return on the investment. Of the 132 school districts in the state, only 5 school districts have higher student performance with lower per pupil spending costs. That's quite an achievement. But we're also preparing those students for life after high school in many other ways. Before I get to that, though, allow me to introduce my fellow school board members. Vice Chairman Tim Greenway of the Vinton District, David Linden of the Hollins District, Jason Moretz of the Windsor Hill District, and Mike Ray from the Cave Spring District. I'd also like to introduce our outstanding superintendent, Dr. Kenneth Nicely, as well. For those of you who were here last year, we asked you a question. We asked, how has education changed over the past 20 years? This year, if you'd indulge us, we'd like to ask another question. How has your business changed over the past 20 years? And more importantly, what kind of skills do you need for future employees? If you don't mind, I'd like to have you just talk around your tables for a couple of minutes, and we'd like some feedback, and we'll just give you a couple of minutes to do that. So in essence, how has your business changed? And the feedback that we're looking for is, what kind of skills do you think you need as a result of that change in your businesses? Please proceed. Here are some of the key, thank you very much. Here are some of the key skills that we think our students need to develop: communication, collaboration, critical thinking, creativity, and citizenship. We call these skills opportunity-ready skills because you've told us before that these are the skills that our students need to develop to become opportunity-ready, ready to take advantage of the many opportunities that will be coming their way. You've heard us discuss opportunity-ready for several years during these events. We believe so strongly in helping our students become opportunity-ready that we've included this phrase in our newly designed seal. Through the development of these skills, our students ultimately experience deeper learning that is engaging and purposeful. It's through deeper learning experiences that our students begin to apply instruction. Deeper learning also involves the purposeful use of a variety of instructional strategies, such as problem-based learning and design challenges that focus on problem solving. Our superintendent's 2020 vision is to see deeper learning be a consistent experience of every student in every school and every classroom. This year, we are focusing on exploring innovation in our instruction, Roanoke County Public Schools, but how do you teach innovation? Remember those opportunity-ready skills that I mentioned earlier? That's where innovation is born. Innovation requires communications, critical thinking, and collaboration, and we must always remember that innovation should be grounded through good citizenship, including coming to school on time and being respectful to one another. Roanoke County Public Schools is part of the new Virginia's for Learners Innovation Network, where we are working with the Virginia Department of Education, James Madison University, and the Virginia Consortium for Learning to develop a statewide innovation network that promotes implementation of deeper learning. Expand into school equity and increase learning engagement. All these strategies align with the statewide profile of a Virginia graduate. Innovation takes many forms. We're innovating education beyond the core curriculum because we know that learning doesn't happen in a vacuum. Culture and climate play a huge role in student experiences, and we are implementing a nationwide program called Positive Behavioral Innovations and Supports, or PBIS. This is a major initiative that Roanoke County Public Schools is undertaking. And its goal of PBIS is to create a culture of kindness in our schools and our community. PBIS is an evidence-based prevention and intervention practice that supports academic, social, emotional, and behavioral environmental skills. There are three main priorities of the PBIS program in Roanoke County Public Schools: be safe, be respectful, be responsible, and we also stress be kind. Kindness is so important these days. The more we create a culture of positivity, the more we can help students more easily and more readily overcome negative behaviors and influences such as bullying. While our school system is outstanding, like many other school systems across the nation, we also face some challenges. I'll talk a little bit about our facilities. 9 of our 27 schools are in need of significant renovation right now. We have an obligation to provide our students with schools that afford the best instructional experience. About half of our schools were constructed or last renovated more than 20 years ago. 6 schools have not seen any significant improvement since the late 60s or early 70s. State funding has not kept up with inflation, especially when you look at construction costs. Construction costs in some cases have gone up 19, 20% in the past couple of years in a good economy. We are operating essentially at the same level of funding from a decade ago when accounting for inflation. That places the burden for funding on the localities to cover that gap. At the current funding levels, it will take decades to update the 9 schools that are most in need of renovations. By that time, many of our schools will start to need significant upgrades. And when you look on your slides, by the time we get to, I believe, 2048 Penn Forest, I'll be serving my 8th term on the school board and celebrating my 100th birthday. We're working with the Board of Supervisors to explore options to accelerate the renovations. We're thankful for the strong partnership we have with the Board of Supervisors. We've been working with them several months to solve or help find a way to solve the renovation issue. Speaking of updating our facilities, we're making very good use of our existing funding. There's a lot of emphasis being placed on using whatever surplus money we have to make sure that our schools are bright, clean, and safe, and that the HVAC works in all of our schools, so we're doing that as well. And we're well on our way with the completion of the renovation of Cave Spring High School. You can see here just how far we've come in this project. When students return for the start of the 2020-2021 school year, they will be walking into what is essentially a brand new school building. I'd like to thank Board Member Mike Ray for his dedication on this project, and also I'd like to commend the students and staff at the Cave Spring High School for their perseverance as we've completed this renovation. I can tell you that Mr. Ray has visited that site once a week since the day we broke ground. He's always there, much to the chagrin of the construction superintendent. We're in the process of planning our next major project, the renovation of William Byrd High School. We made some improvements back in 2011, but now it's time to bring the late 60s era high school up to modern standards. We will begin construction on this project in late 2021. In closing, we are committed to providing the leadership and resources to maintain a strong, competitive, effective school system here in Roanoke County. We believe this is a key in economic development as communities want to locate where there's a strong educational system, and we believe we have that here in Roanoke County. And in closing, I'd also like to wish you and all of your families a safe and joyous holiday season. And with that, I'll turn it over to Chairman North. Thank you.